battery sense circuit. Connect two 22 gauge wires. Isn't it nice to have things on hand? I don't know how old this wire is, but it should work. Here's the terminals. That will fit some extra mounts on my battery. See, crimped, and we'll solder them too. You ever notice how many tools it takes to do a simple little job like that? It's amazing. Since there's an extra screw, I won't have to break my circuit. Positive. Don't use the drill to start your screws unless you're a trained professional. And the negative is going to go up on this top one here. I guess I split a little bit extra, more than I needed, but that's the way it goes. Oops, forgot something. Don't forget this. Let's see, install a 1 amp fuse on the positive wire. Good advice. Don't forget it like I just did. Here's the fuse holder, and somewhere in here it's probably a 1 amp fuse. I have plenty of 2s in case I need to use one of those. One amp, I think. Maybe we'll be so lucky. Oops, dropped them. Well, there was a couple 1 amp fuses in here somewhere. There we go. We'll confirm. When you're working around energized live circuits, take all the precautions. Hook up your power on the battery last. And don't let the camera get in your way and make a mistake. And here's the two circuits. Voltage battery sense, it's labeled. Positive on the right, negative on the left. I love these new connectors. make your battery connections last. And don't be tempted to use this thing around the batteries. Not worth taking the chance. Protect all your wires while you're working on stuff until the last minute. Put some tape or something on that metal. And don't take any chances around this. There's a lot of power here. Accidents happen. And if I would have caught it on video, it would have seen my spark a little bit earlier. But I put tape around everything now. Just even when I'm getting ready to do it. Accidents happen. No sparks. Good deal. There's the 1 amp fuse. It should be ready to go. Maybe a little wire management here. I'll get some tape on that. I'll see if this remote sense stuff works. Okay, let's compare things. And I would have liked to seen if this changed when I hooked up those wires. This is from the Hawkes Bay. This is from the batteries, internal BMS, 53.779. Ohms 53.8, 53.738. So there you go. I guess it's pretty close. There's a little bit of a load on there. Not too much. Let's see what the Classic says. We'll see what the Classic that's on that system says. You have to go here and find it. 48 volt Classic. And its battery is reporting 53.5. This one says 53.756. 53.8. So the Hawkes Bay is closest. The reason this Classic is off is because I have the voltage compensation set on it, so that when you can see this is the orange bar here. It's showing real low compared to what the battery shows. That's because I have it compensated so that when it goes high, it kind of matches up with this, or it's supposed to. But that's why we want this battery voltage sense to work, so that we don't have to do all this compensation for the voltage drop in the cables. So I'll have to watch it over some time and see what happens. So right now, 53.8 average, 53.8. I'll have to wait until it's charging. Got a big charge load on it, see what happens. Hopefully it'll okay, we can compare the compare this is the whiz bang minus 0.5 amp. Where'd that one go? Get this back up. The whiz bang on this shows the same because I have two different whiz bangs on there. Just change to 0.6. That's fluctuating. 0.5, 0.4. Yeah, they're the same. So the whiz bangs are reading the exact same because I have two whiz bangs on the same shunt. I've noticed that the SOC reads different. Right now they're both at 100%, but I've seen them calculate a little bit differently. And that could be I have to go through the settings and see what I have the efficiency set for. Maybe I have something a little bit different, but I think they're close to the same. But they haven't been counting down the same. And here the batteries say they're all 99% full. So nothing ever agrees everything perfectly. It's not a perfect world when it comes to voltages and currents in your sensors. I should mention that I have this remoted in here. So I have it on like 30 feet of Cat 5, I think. And it works just fine. Plug it in. Initializing. And the lights flash. And then we'll get some data. And I should mention too that I don't know if the remote sense is enabled in the firmware yet. I thought I read somewhere that it wasn't, but I'm not sure. Here's some of the status button. Pressed once, status pressed twice. Press the status again. We can use the knob to do this too. Scroll through the different ones, and then the back button. That's kind of nice to have. User settings. Here's all the different. You press the button to get these different options. Turn the knob. Press it to select one. I want to get out of that, so I press the back button. And let's get out of that again. And there's some menus kind of buried in here. Got set up. Battery configuration. There we go. There's all the battery settings. There's some down below here. Power efficiency I've set for 98. Go back. And then here's where some more menus hidden away. Or hidden away, that's where they are. Hawkes Bay, unlinked. I don't know what the unlinked means. Click it again. And here's a whole bunch of more options. External sensors. There's a data log. This is where I set up the whiz-bang at. Whiz-bang Junior, arc fault. It says I have that enabled. I think it was disabled and I turned it on. So that's how you change those things. Data log. Float time today. Maximum wattage. 27.9 kilowatt. That doesn't seem right, does it? 5 amps. I don't know, I haven't checked any of these numbers to see if they're accurate. SoC minimum, yeah, that's about what it was. Battery minimum. Battery maximum, which if it got up to that, I think that's what I had it set for on this, but it's set for something different on a Classic. I pressed status, that's why I went back to that. Anyway, yeah, the only thing I miss is not being able to plug something in and be able to get this data onto here, where I have all my other solar systems. This is the Classic on the system right here, which it needs to update. I need to update it. That's why it's not showing 100. But anyway, I get all this data on here. So I'd love to be able to add the Hawkes Bay, but I'm sure that's coming soon. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. I'm not sure if remote sense is enabled yet. I don't see anything on the menu here to turn it on or turn it off, so maybe you just hook up those wires and it goes. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's fun to play with. Oh, I was going to show this in comparison. Here's the Classic MNGP. You can see the difference in the size. The display, of course, is a lot bigger. More info on this one. Looks a little better. I think I have this backlight turned down all the way too. So there's the size difference. And this one's remoted too. But this one you have to use a like a telephone cable. This one you use just regular internet cable to remote it, so it's pretty easy. You don't have to do anything too fancy. There's a speaker. I think this is the antenna for the Bluetooth. That's about all there is to it, except for on the back here. There's a battery compartment here, where when you initially do it, you have to pull the little plastic thing out to turn the battery on, the little backup button battery, which I didn't do right away, and then I figured it out.